Hello, this is John Harrigan from Immortalnow.com, and today I'm going to discuss last week's blog article called Love is Our Identity. I posted this at my website Immortalnow.com on July 30th, and we got a lot of readers for this one. Thank you very much. And of the readers that read this, 412 people tweeted it. So thank you very much, and keep on reading. The blog post is titled "Love is Our Identity." So why did I choose that title, and what does it mean? What it means is, to me, love is our identity. Love is our soul. It's who we are when we're not upset, when we're not worried, when we're not trying to figure out how much and when will be our next paycheck. Love is our identity. If we get calm, get still, if we get centered in who we really are. My experience through meditation, my knowledge of that practice with myself and other people is that love slowly, gradually starts to emerge. Go to Immortalnow.com and do the Qigong warm-up as a meditation exercise. Or if you're at your desk or in your car waiting for a light, just start to breathe deeply and notice your breath. Don't force it, just put your attention on your breath. Meditation is incredibly easy. It's really just taking a millisecond even to shift your attention away from a worry, a concern, an anger, or an upset, taking just a millisecond to shift your energy away from that thought process to the peace that is within you as who you are, always. And that peace is our identity. Thus the title of my blog article, Love is Our Identity. And I go on in that article, and my eyes are going to shift down to read it. The first line I write is, as we experience our true self, love comes alive. And this is what I'm talking about. When we experience the real person that we are, outside of worry, fear, concern, injury, trauma, when we experience that uninjured self, if that is a word, but when we experience ourself without injury in our own pureness, without interference from difficult emotions such as anger, fear, resentment, worry, when we experience who we really are, I'm suggesting to you that you'll find that true identity of yours is love. And again, you can find it just by beginning to practice really any type of meditation, any type of process that can slowly, gradually teach you how to shift your thinking away from worry, concern, and injury and trauma. Meditation can teach you to shift your attention away from that. Everybody in the world has had difficulty. Everybody in the world has been injured emotionally. It's kind of hard to go throughout one day without something that doesn't bother, and you just getting in a car and driving down the highway is a type of shock on our nervous system and our brain. We did not evolve to strap ourselves into into metal vehicles with engines going 55 or 70 miles an hour, or even 10 miles an hour. We do so many things that are unnatural to our brain and body that cause us stress. We need to kind of counterbalance that. How do we do that? Any type of meditation, or even just reading a good book for a minute, will shift your attention away from that circular worry, that circular pattern of maybe concern, worry. Maybe you've been thinking too hard about problem solving. Again, go to my website. It's perfectly free. Not everything will be free. Eventually, I want to make some money at this, so this can keep coming to you. But on the website for free, I have Qigong warm-up and Neidong Gong, two excellent exercises to get you grounded, stabilized, and to focus your attention away from what you're doing. And even just an eye blink like I just did can refocus your attention, get you settled, get you stabled in a very unsettled and perhaps unstable life situation that many of us live. So love is our identity. Just think about that. And think about your identity. What is deep, deep within you? It may be scary at first if you've never looked within yourself. So don't do that. This isn't about scaring yourself to death. This is about getting more stable, more secure, more at peace, more in touch with the natural human bliss of who you really are as a person, your identity, your true identity. So my first sentence of this blog article today, not today, on July 30th, which is when I posted it. Today is actually, I think, August 6th. As we experience our true self, love comes alive. And I'm reading that from my blog article. As we are honest with ourselves, we have new life. How is that possible? It's really simple. Why is honesty important? Now, we don't have to be really obsessive about our honesty. We just have to pay a little bit of attention to honesty as we live our day. If we did something that doesn't quite feel honest to us, or something that doesn't seem or think through as honest to ourselves, it's probably important that we be honest. So why is honesty sort of a spiritual, psychological principle of self-growth, of self-improvement? The reason is simple. As I said about a minute ago, without honesty, we don't know who we are. Without honesty, other people don't know who we are. Without honesty, the world around us doesn't know who we are, and the world around us doesn't know how to serve us. Yes, the world around us is designed, perhaps, if you look at it and experiment with what I teach in some meditation, the world around us is designed to serve us, work for us, work with us in cooperation. When we're being dishonest, we're not cooperating with other people. We're not cooperating with ourselves. To lie to another person or to be dishonest to another person, we kind of have to lie to ourselves. And I suppose the lie that we tell is, it's okay to tell that lie. And you know, if someone were pointing a gun to my head, maybe I'd lie. But right now, nobody's done that, and nobody's done that yet in my lifetime. My point is, just strive for honesty. You don't have to be obsessive about it. You don't have to be over-concerned or over-worried about it. It's just a gentle, easy spiritual principle that will work for you. When you're honest, other people feel your honesty. Most people can tell you're being honest. There's a feeling of deep personal quality that we transmit to other people in the world in general when we're being honest. Other people can't share the bliss of our soul, and we can't share the happiness, the true happiness inside us. We can't share that essence, that identity of love, if we're not being reasonably honest. And again, I want to say, reasonably honest, fairly honest. Don't get obsessive about it. Just give it some thought on a daily basis. Sometimes if we're too honest, or if we're trying too hard to be too honest, we aren't really giving anything to ourselves or somebody else. So the point is, do not worry about anything that I teach or say to you. That sort of interferes with the natural human process of experiencing our bliss or our identity of love, as I write about in the July 30th blog article at immortalnow.com. I was almost saying my second website, which is thelessonsinlove.com, but we aren't talking about that website today. You can go there if you want to. So my second sentence in this blog article is, as we are honest with ourselves, we have new life. This isn't punitive honesty where, perhaps your parents were shaming you about, being honest and being a liar. That isn't what this is about. This is just about gently, easily looking at the world with some honesty, acting with some honesty, being honest with yourself, honest with other people. Don't spend too much time on the spiritual principle, just a little bit. The next part of this blog article, the next title says, Love is Everything. And what do I mean by that? I mean, when I was about 3 years of age, I looked around and it seemed to me that the world was love. It seemed to me that the highest spiritual principles were everywhere that I looked and everywhere that I touched and in everything that I did. Now, granted, some of that changed for me as I grew up and my focus was led to other things, but I had an intimate, deep, permanent type of contact with the world around me as being completely, deeply alive with love. And my statement or my teaching to you today is, why don't you look into that? I think all of us are designed to be that way. I think all of us are designed to really enjoy our lives. And if we really enjoy our lives, and if we really enjoy who we are, we're not going to be perfect, but if we really enjoy who we are, if we can forgive ourselves when we're not perfect, and find that inner bliss in ourselves, perhaps you'll start to experience that all of the world around you is that same deep personal inner bliss. Trees, nature, mountains, the sky, streams, that's kind of easy to feel the perfection and the bliss of who we are. But even when we're in man-made dwellings, such as office buildings and chairs and desks, we can also feel that bliss. It's a little harder, it's a little more struggle, but you can still feel the bliss of yourself, the bliss of your life, the happiness, the love of all of existence when you're settled, when you're calm, when you're at peace. We can perhaps all feel that. And imagine if we're all feeling that, we're all working together at a common goal, whether it is at your job where you all are trying to cooperate and work towards a common goal, whether you're part of a family or whether you're just driving home from work. The common goal, I would think, in driving home from work is not to get too upset yourself if you're in a big city, and not to upset other people on the road. And of course, hopefully not to get in any accidents. My blog article says, love is everything. Love is our identity. Love's everything we are. Love is more important than anything else. Love is more important than the air we breathe, the food we eat, the sleep or shelter we need. Little in life is of value if there is no love. And that's pretty much what I meant when I wrote this. And what I write, what that means to you, the meaning in what I write and what it means to you, that's the important thing. It's not really what it means to me. I'm writing it for you as well as myself. Love is our identity, loves everything we are. Just consider that thought, and what does it do for you? Love is everything we are. At any moment, we can pause and think of ourselves as completely and absolutely contained as love. Love is more important than anything else. Well, surely we have to eat, we have to breathe, but if we can eat in a loving context, if we even can breathe, I'm thinking of love as I just close my eyes. I'm thinking of love the whole time I'm speaking to you, but if we can breathe in love, the essence of life, breathe out the essence of life. And love's a word that most people like, but you know, it's just a word, and you don't have to use the word life. Just think when you breathe in, you're breathing in the purity, the essence of perfect life. and that life is all good and all powerful and really all about who you are. Love is a necessity, I continue to write in my blog on July 30th on my website, immortalnow.com. Love is a necessity, so is laughter, and so are mistakes. Life wouldn't be funny at all if we didn't make mistakes. Love is a necessity. We need love to live. Without love, we perish and weaken. We need love to think. We need love to act in an intelligent way. We need love for clarity. And without love, we suffer and lose direction. Just speaking for myself, I'm just like all of you reading my articles. I'm just like all of you watching me. Just like every human being on earth, we can get a little distracted with the daily requirements, the daily activities. If you have children, if you have a baby, if you have a 3-year-old, you pretty much have to be thinking about that child and following her or him throughout the room. If we're working, we have to be attentive to work. And if we have an angry customer that we're dealing with, or if we're an angry customer, what's happening? What's going on? Love is a necessity. We can lose ourselves as we get over-involved with the details of daily living. And without love, we suffer and lose direction. Have you ever just felt like you didn't have direction? Have you ever felt confused? What was your state of mind? When we relax, when we meditate a little, like I'm doing periodically when I close my eyes here when I'm talking, when we feel our personal peace, that love can rise within us. The love of the world can rise towards us, can come towards us and work for us and work with us. When we get a little over-concerned, we get away from love. And when we get away from love, we move away from our natural, best human ability. When we think best when we have love. When we try to analyze our situation in life and take stock of where we are, why are we here, where are we going, it's kind of hard to do that, to know answers to those questions if we aren't free to feel the love and the bliss of our soul.